Hello everybody, this is IndieGeek, and today, yes, this is 100% real. I am taking a look at the Powerpuff Girls Defender of Townsville, and you have no idea how excited I am to be doing so. So, this is a game by Radian Games, as well as Cartoon Network Games. So they did get Cartoon Network to hop in and work on this. That's super cool. And it'll be available, it should be available when this video is live for $8 on Steam, and I believe actually it will have an opening week sale. I don't know how much, but I will have the link in the description so that you can go check that out. So, this is, like, I'm not even joking here about this. I actually really love the Powerpuff Girls, one of my favorite cartoons growing up, and I'm super excited that there's a new game here. So, I guess one thing I should show off here, if I go into, let's see, now it's in settings, I think? Yeah, so you can change the visual style to the classic and get the old school look as well, if you, are really in love with the style of the original cartoon, but personally, I like the updated style here. Now, I'm going to jump into a new game here. Go ahead and start on Defenders of Townsville, and I will explain what's going on here. This is, yes, you can see there, this is one of those games that I started playing and fell absolutely in love with, beat 100%, and I'm also working on the hardcore Mojo's Key Quest.
A hustling, bustling metropolis full of... Wait! That's a little too much hustle and bustle! What's Mojo up to?
What is it, Mayor? Mojo Jojo again? We're on our way! You seriously think you can beat us with those puny robots, Mojo? Oh, we could trash those tin cans in our sleep. Yeah! If we could sleep through all that noise!
Ha! The robots were just to attract you here, which, as you can see, they have done with the utmost efficiency, indicated by your current presence in this location right this moment. But now, I, Mojo Jojo, will finally defeat you, the Powerpuff Girls, once and for all! For what good are superpowers if you cannot remember how to use them?
Remember? What are you...
Say it ain't so, Mojo! The Powerpuff Girls have lost all knowledge of their powers! This is looking like a bad day in Townsville.
Alright, well that is our kind of intro to the game here. And
Mojo, I'm gonna punch him so hard he'll...
it sounds like at least some of the cast of the original show they've gotten back, and that's pretty awesome. Okay, so the way this works, so when I saw this game on the Steam store, right, I knew that I was going to want to try it, and I was hoping it would be really good, right? And I knew that there was always a chance that it would be not great. It turns out it's actually excellent, like really good. And the thing that I wasn't expecting was for the game to be a Metroidvania, and that's awesome. And if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that that's pretty much enough to sell me on a game right there. So, as you can see from the little intro story there, we lost all of our powers. So, like, at the beginning, we couldn't even jump. So, all we've unlocked now is the ability to punch. And that should be our ability to jump, if not... Oh, no, that's our auto map. So, this is basically the way it goes on. And I can check the map here. It does give you where you still have items to collect, which I think is really nice. It made it quite a bit easier to go back and collect some of the things I had missed. And there are actually certain rooms in the game where you are benefited if you can clear all the enemies in the room. So that is another thing that I did, was clear all of the enemies in every room, because that's really the only way to eventually end up at your full power. And right now, we only get one of the girls, but we will get all of them. First, we just have to rescue the other two. Bubbles and Blossom. Ooh, so now we can flight. Now we can flight. Yeah, now we can fly. Okay, so this is pretty much what you can expect from the game. It's going to kind of go out in this sort of progression. That's just a health pickup, re-heals a little bit. Here's a save room. Save rooms heal you up and save your progress, of course. Now, one thing I will say is don't expect this to be super easy just because it's you know, just because it's a Cartoon Network game. Like, don't expect it to be super easy. I mean, granted, I am playing on normal mode, so I imagine that it's probably obviously harder than easy, but even on normal mode, there were times when I died, so it's got a decent amount of challenge to it. And I think there's like an achievement, if that's your thing, there's an achievement for beating the hardest difficulty, only saving 3 times, I think. So that's kind of a crazy achievement there. So there's definitely some stuff to keep you going, as well as if you saw my save 2, I had started something called, I think it's called Mojo's Key Quest, if I'm remembering right. And what that is it's basically the game over again, except you've got some of your powers, and stuff is in different layouts than before. So, I don't exactly remember where everything is right now. Oh, there's a little power-up. There are some hidden things, as you could expect from a Metroidvania, as well as lots of things that we just won't be able to get to right now, but can get to later. Right, okay, let me show off the boosters here, because we just got our first booster. So if we go into our menu here, so this shows you how many rooms you visited, how many rooms you've cleared, how many robots total you've destroyed, and how many times you've saved, as well as other things that you've collected. Then we can go over here, and we can equip our booster. So this booster just lets us take less damage. At the beginning you can only equip 1. If you clear rooms, certain rooms give you booster modules, which will, when you get enough of those, you will be able to equip more than 1 booster. So that is definitely worth your time. As well as later we get kind of a dash ability, which, you know, you could think of as like the equivalent of the super run in something like Super Metroid. So, you know, I mean, we start off moving pretty slow. Flying definitely helps, obviously. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what goes on here. So as far as the rest of the stuff, you know, like, because that's pretty much the gameplay. That's what you can expect. That's what you're gonna get out of it. If you are into Metroidvanias, you are going to like this game. That's pretty much what I can say, because it's not only is it a Metroidvania, which was enough to sell me on it, but it's also just a good Metroidvania, which, I don't know, I had a lot of worries when I saw this game that it could either be really good or it could be really bad, and it's definitely surprised me. I like it a lot. So, as far as the art goes, like I said, I prefer the new version. I think this is, okay, so you see I just increased my max health, which is nice. Definitely helpful. I think it's the art style they used. They did like a one-off episode, I think. I don't remember when, but not too long ago, to, I think, celebrate like some anniversary of the show. And that is the art style that they've gone for, which I actually like. I don't think I'd seen this art style before, because I think I heard about that like one-off show, but I didn't get a chance to see it. And personally, I think it looks, I mean, it is called the modern art style, so I think it definitely looks more modern. I think that's good. As far as sound stuff goes, I like some things and I've got some complaints about others. So as far as what I like, I do like that they've either gotten all of the people who did the original voices back, or they've gotten people who emulate the original voices pretty well. Either way, that's cool, because it feels authentic. It feels like I've just jumped back into a Powerpuff Girls episode, which, is pretty awesome. That being said, oh, and the music's good too. I like the music a lot. I don't know if you heard it play in the title screen. I might have lingered on the title screen too long for it to be heard, but it does play the original theme. You know, it's a little do 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 do, all that good stuff. Yeah, my wonderful singing there. Sorry about that. That being said, there are things that I'm sure you've heard the character do. If I just quiet for a minute. So we've got these like grunts and noises and stuff, and it's not that those individually sound bad, but they repeat so often. Like, it got to the point where I was just kind of tired of fighting because I'd hear the same sounds over and over, which I don't know. I mean, it's not like a huge deal. It didn't stop me from playing, obviously, but that would be, if I was going to have a complaint about the game, that would probably be it, because repetitive sounds are repetitive. But you know, like I said, the voice acting is good itself, and the music is good. I think, you know, as far as like other sound stuff, it all sounds good. It's just kind of my one complaint there is that the sounds are a little repetitive. Other than that, I don't have like really complaints about anything. The game's good, the game's fun. You know, like I said, it just reminds me of Powerpuff Girls episode, which is exactly what I would want from a Powerpuff Girls game. I would hope that it reminds me of an episode. And it does feel like an episode. You know, it's still got kind of the same silly storylines, like Mojo Jojo decided to make us forget our powers. So we are collecting the memories of our powers. That's great. Love it. So, you know, I mean, it's not going to be like a serious story, but it's not supposed to be. I do like flying. I don't know. Personally, I can't really think of another Metroidvania where you could fly all the time. Oh, right. But this one has that, and I like it. I like being able to fly. It certainly makes these rooms interesting to go through. But yeah, I mean, I don't have like a lot more to say about it. I'm probably gonna play a little longer anyways, just because I like it. But just you know, letting you guys know, guys and girls. Sorry, I'm still trying to ingrain that habit into my mind. But you know, letting everyone know that I do really enjoy this game, genuinely. This isn't like, you know, it's not nostalgia speaking or anything, because I went into this understanding that it could potentially not be great. But like I said, I've been surprised through and through. I think I pretty much 100% beat it in like one sitting. No, I had a class actually. So I played for like 2 hours, went to my class, and then came home and finished it. But so that was a booster module that you saw us pick up. If we collect, I think, like 9 total of those, we can use another booster item. And the other thing is the enemies are pretty varied, which I like. So this is a power that we actually don't get for quite a while, to break through that green barrier. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping that I can maybe get to the first boss here. Show off the boss, and then at each boss we actually unlock a new character. So I'm hoping that I can do that without this taking too much longer. If it's starting to seem like this is going to drag on for a while, I'll just end the video. So, I mean, if you guys don't want to see the first boss, that's totally cool. I think you've probably pretty much gotten my point of view here about the game. So, you know, if you want to head out now, that's fine. I understand. You know, I think I've made it clear that I like it a lot. I think it's worth think it's worth what they're charging for it. I think it's pretty good. Alright, so that lets us dash, which is definitely helpful. Just makes things a little faster. And if I didn't explain, some of our powers are actually using our power meter up there. And the dash uses that, as well as the ability to shoot the beams out of our hands. But I never found too many problems, like where I thought I was going to run out. Except maybe on the bosses, but they are bosses, so that's kind of what you should feel like. I can't actually get that, so don't think that I'm just missing it. You get another power that lets you shoot through the small little hole there. Okay, if I'm remembering correctly, I think our boss might be way to the left. Having a hard time remembering where the boss is. That's the problem with Metroidvania maps, is you're never going to memorize them on one playthrough. So, but like I said, I'm not going to take too much of your time. But, you know, I also mentioned that if you don't want to see the first boss, that's totally fine. I understand. Yeah, so I mean, I will say, and this is always where, in my opinion, the recommendation really comes down to. Even on my second play here through a lot of this stuff, I'm having a good time. I'm not finding it to be boring or anything. I've got kind of the typical Metroidvania thing where I've been used to using certain weapons, so now I kind of wish I had those again. But okay, yeah, sorry, I can't really remember what's going on with this. Probably just try for a few more minutes here to find what's going on. Yeah, I mean, I think I've like I said, though, I think I've mentioned everything that I need to. The environments do look good. There will be others, I just haven't gotten to them yet. Typically there's some kind of barrier that keeps you from getting to the other areas, as you would expect in a game like this. So I'm trying to see, yeah, okay, so that's not right either. So maybe I was supposed to go right more. Let me see. Okay, so it looks like I want to take the bottom and exit out of this one. Head right. And what? Head. Yep, right again. Can I get through here now? Oh, maybe. I don't remember. No, I need something else to shoot through there. Okay.
Just getting warmed up.
Well, I mean, my impressions part of this is over. At this point, I'm just going to show off a little bit more of the game. So, if you were just here for the impressions, like I said, feel free to leave and check out the Steam store page, because I think that you should. I think it's really good. I think that a lot of people are going to be surprised by this and like this more than they think they would. Alright, so we're going to get another power here. What do we get? Laser beam. Shoot through tight spaces. Okay. So now I can go up here, and you just change your beam with on the Xbox controller with the Y button. Then I can get through here. Oh, okay. And up and to the left. And this shows off a new area. So I mean, this might be where I wrap it off. You know, I didn't find a boss, but actually, can we go to the right? No, we can't go to the right. So yeah, I'm not sure where the boss is. You know, so I mean, it does have kind of that typical Metroidvania where you spend a lot of time looking around for stuff, and that's fine. I think that works pretty well, but I think I'm going to probably wrap it up here. This seems like a good spot to wrap it up. So yeah, like I said, I definitely excuse me. I definitely recommend the game. I've been pleasantly surprised, and especially if you ever liked the Powerpuff Girls cartoon, I think you will definitely find a lot of the same kind of humor and a lot of the same kind of charm in this game, as well as the fact that the gameplay is just good. So there's not really a reason not to own this, especially if you are a Powerpuff Girls fan. So that is where I'm going to wrap it up, though. So as always, feel free to comment if there's anything that you would like to comment on. Subscribe to the channel to see more of my videos every single day, and if you liked my video on the Powerpuff Girls, then please consider clicking the like button, because that could help me out a lot, and I appreciate everything that you do to help. So with all of that being said, I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.